looks really still. I thought there is a photo.
Yeah, because I wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I want to adjust my lighting.
My. Okay, I'm trying to share the screen. You guys see it? Yes, last time I got, share screen. Is it this one? Okay. Can you hear the?
Yep, can.
Is it clear? Okay. I'll try to share to FB Live now.
1,387. That's the number of homeless people in
probably-
KL based on a social welfare department survey back in 2010. But the most shocking fact is that 90% of these people are Malaysians. Yes, the ones who call this country home are living on the streets. Under Ops Kase, rounds up dubbed as rescue operations pick up
I cannot
homeless
hear
individuals
myself in the video.
and they can be detained up to 3 years under the Destitute Persons Act. So the question is being homeless a crime? Homelessness is a state, not an identity. Many of them live in poverty and most of them have no families to go back to. Yet their rights to move around, to have equal protection and personal liberty are constantly infringed. They deserve as much liberty as any Malaysians do. They deserve a voice.
Malam hari saya tidur tak tentu lah. Tidur dekat luar lah. Kali kat dulu masa ada snooker dekat Jalan Nawangi saya tidur sana. Sebab ada kawan kerja dekat sana. So sekarang tempat itu sudah tutup. So sekarang tidur dekat luar lah.
Pergi kerja banyak tempat kena tipu. Bagi satu dia orang jaga kita macam hamba. Pergi kerja lambat sikit ke apa, dia orang tak ada cakap banyak. Ada dia orang punya kaki pukul dalam.
Pukul dengan apa?
Tangan lah, tubuh.
Cari kerja lah. Kalau tak kerja pun tak dapat. Dulu saya kerja lah, sekarang dah tak kerja.
Kenapa sudah tak kerja?
Dia orang cek ada kerja mana dia tak ambil. Ada sakit dia tak ambil.
Sebab kita tak ada hisap apa benda, dia agak apa. Tapi dia tangkap pergi sampai sana, dia lepas jalan kaki balik tengah malam pagi.
Harapan kita sekarang macam
Sebab kita tak ada
baik,
hisap apa benda,
kerjaan lah,
dia agak apa.
hidup mewah lah.
Tapi dia tangkap pergi sampai sana, dia lepas
Itu saja
jalan kaki
kita boleh
balik.
harap dalam kita punya perasaan. Ada kerja, itulah harapan baik. Kalau dapat kerja, ada tempat yang sesuai, kita boleh memang boleh buat. Kalau tak ada tempat sesuai, kita pun boleh duduk. Baik, selesa lah.
Harapan saya ingin hidup semula lah macam dulu.
Harapan baik.
Boleh tolong cari tempat tinggal sesuai boleh cari kerja ataupun yang tolong carikan saya kerja. Kedai salon hair salon, so saya boleh kerja. Hidup macam biasa, hidup semula orang macam saya. Tanah orang panggil, tengok orang tengok saya hina lagi lah, carikan saya kerja.
As you can see, these people need a helping hand. And in Ubuntu Malaysia, we've been doing just that. What is Ubuntu Malaysia? Ubuntu Malaysia is a new initiative focused on creating awareness about homelessness through engagement with and empowerment of this homeless via these people need helping hand and communication. Rather than providing food, which is the most abundantly offered resource, our vision is to help the street community attain the goal of dignified living.
This experience has really allowed me to break out of my comfort zone and, encounter and interact with a community that I otherwise wouldn't have. The other day we met a man who had cancer, and due to his cancer, he had to really have a colostomy bag, break out outside on the streets. Having that situation alone, even if you live under a warm roof and you have a family, is a difficult situation, but he has to do that sleeping on the streets. I want to help in that moment, but there's not a lot you can do. Having that situation alone, so that really touched me a lot. Seeing a family, what he has to go through on a nightly, but he has to do that sleeping on the streets. So it's been I want to help in that moment, but there's not a lot.
The first time when I was here, there's a guy called Arun.
That really touched me a lot.
The first time when I see him, I won't think I will approach him. He's kind of like this big sleeping guy. After I met him for the time, I was like, actually, the first time when I was here, there's a guy called Arun. He has a really touch me. The first time when I see him, I was thinking I would care for them. It's kind of like everyone can be like understand. I was like, maybe actually not really just all the time money that's what I could do. But the first time when I see him, I was thinking I would care for them.
It's funny because in Malaysia, like I can go to the whole street drinking with my auntie. it's weird because like with that kind of closeness, like at least like in the States, like I wouldn't call a random stranger that. The fact that you use that language here, you would think that there would be a little bit more community in that sense, you know, like every time I sit there and call someone uncle, I feel like I'm a little bit like slightly closer because I feel comfortable enough to use that word, you know. And so to me it's that lack of connection. To me it's kind of like, you know, everyone here is Malaysian no matter what. And even the bigger scope, it's like we're all like a people, we're all excited. And I think that's one of the things that people need to remember is just to do a lack of connection. To me, it's kind of like, you know,
So come and
everyone here
volunteer
is
for us if you seek
Malaysian
a
no
new
matter
experience
what.
of engaging with the
And
community.
even the bigger
Welcome
scope,
to
it's like
Malaysia,
we're all like a
where we
people,
support
we're all excited.
dignified
And I think
living.
that's one of the things that people need to remember is just to do a lack of connection. To me, it's kind of like, you know,
So come and
everyone here
volunteer
is
for us if you seek
Malaysian
a
no
new
matter
experience
what.
of engaging with the
And
community.
even the bigger
Welcome to
scope, it's like we're all
Malaysia.
like a man. To me, it's kind of like, you know,
So come to
everyone's
Malaysia.
all like a
All right, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Thank you for those who are watching on FB Live Boon Talk Show, and to all my dearest panelists. We have here on Arun Dorasamy, which is which is known for helping the minority Indian, which Kita Bantu Kita NGO. Now I think it's very busy. It's with the Navin case, the bully case. Also, you know, that I'm supposed to probably do some kind of awareness dialogue, especially for the Malay on the bully. He tried to change the law in Malaysia. Welcome, Arun. How are you?
Fantastic. Feeling good to see you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you. Okay, malam ni for those watching, you can start probably posting your question, but you must first, read the Nation in Crisis written by Aloysius, kita punya Pencadang. This is supposed to be very santai, conversational, you know. We just like teh tarik session, but I try to moderate this thing. Yeah, and the next one is basically Willie. How are you, Willie?
Hello, everyone. Doing well.
All right, good. So Willie is basically, are you not the secretary of the MESH?
Yeah, Malaysia Atheist and Secular Humanist.
Yeah, that's Malaysian Atheist Secular Humanist. Then we have Eddy. Eddy from the SFX Catholic Church. Hello, Eddy.
Hi, hello.
Eddy is basically also lecturer of world religions. I think also heads the interface session in the SFX Church. And of course, none other than our dear friends, Aloysius. Pinto, how are you? Aloysius, where are you?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So we have some technical problem, probably because of the sound technical problem. Sometimes we will not see Aloysius' face because he's using a phone and also laptop for this session. Not a problem. I just introduced. So basically today we're going to talk about a nation in crisis or crisis of faith. Before I go further, I'll just like to introduce our Pencadang today. Aloysius Francis Pinto is basically 70 plus now, father from Portugese in settlement Malacca, mother from Guangdong, China. Aloysius was born in Singapore, educated 3 years in Malaysia and 8 years in Singapore. So entrepreneurs in 1981, married to Linda Jambu in 1980, one daughter, Veronica, and a special son, 31 years old, Mark. He's naib ketua bahagian PKRPJ Selatan for 2 terms. He's a politic man. 2008-2009 is political secretary to Subang MP. He's certified NLP practitioner and coach. He's a lay preacher in Catholic Church until 2010. So basically, it's the author of Can the Malaysian Family Stamp the Evolutions of the Ugly Malaysian? He was presented in the first Community Family Development Ministry 2001. He's also the author of Secularism to Gospel Spirituality, and also the designer of Malaysia Baru project to be launched in September 2021. Is that true, Aloysius?
Yep.
All right, thank you. Okay, before we start, just for those, I know some people, they don't read the stuff. You know, we have given it to them, especially Eddy, because he got so many papers to read, and really. And Arun, of course, is very busy helping the
I read it already.
You read it already. That's good. Because otherwise, all right. Just for the benefits of those who are lazy to read, I'll read for you at least in the first few paragraph. For more than 60 years, this nation has faced challenges after challenges, and we thought we have overcome them. So we thought. We now have a nation in crisis. The very basic fabric of society is being challenged. Yes, the challenge is not how to overcome the many crises we face, but to rediscover what are the real foundations of this beautiful country. Simplistic though it may sound, the very fact is that many Malaysians have forgotten our roots. The very basis of our gaining independence bloodlessly was because of what we pledged to stand for as a multicultural, multi-religious society. We all had our different aspirations. Why not? We come from a variety of backgrounds and traditions, educations, but we all had in mind and soul the aspirations for prosperity with our various beliefs as our terms of reference and guidance. Temples, mosques, churches, and the various places of worship were the source of our motivations to build a just society where progress in economic terms must not override the needs of the populace. We have come thus far because of the religious belief we all have. I don't know whether Willie will agree to that. That's why I bring him on. Financial and material success was seen as a blessing from God to be shared for the common good. The goal was for the common good, as the means was economic. The means was economic prosperity. Yet, as we look at our society today, the reverse and perverse is true. Economic prosperity is the new and paramount goal at all costs, and the cost is very high. Breakdown of the family, juvenile delinquency. Now we got bully, his brother Arun. Corporate frauds, corruptions. Yeah, corruption also prevalent. We got racial polarization, rebellious generation, child abuse, wife abuse, husband abuse. Got court case, dings. I also don't know what this ding is. Lepak, bosya, incest, drug abuse, power abuse. You know, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm just an average citizen, very concerned of what kind of Malaysia I will be living for my children and the children of the many wonderful friends I've grown to and love. That's basically from Aloysius Francis Pinto. So over to you, Aloysius. Probably you can add on to that before we start on our reflections on this issue.